Okay, good morning everybody. It's Nissa, the hypnobirthing midwife. We've got a really lovely guest today and I'm just going to hand it right over.
Oh, hi. Hi everybody, someone's just joining. Hello and welcome. My name is Rose and I've been teaching baby signing in Walthamstow and Leytonstone for the past 6.5 years. Have any of you heard about baby signing? Yeah, hands up, thumbs up, yeah. yeah, and a few of you haven't. So I hadn't actually heard about it when I had my first baby. So my oldest is nearly 8, 7.5, and I hadn't heard about it. And when he was about 6 months old, I heard that you could communicate with your baby using sign language. I'm just going to pop it on spotlight view. Okay. And from a very young age, babies recognize signs as you speak to them. And you can a lot earlier than they would recognize words. So from a really young age, if you accompany your speech with simple signs and gestures, your baby can actually understand what you're saying to them. For example, time for your change. Change. From 8 weeks old, my youngest boy was leaning back with his legs in the air, ready for his change. So he recognized that sign from 8 weeks old. We're going to have milk. So your baby might stop crying because they know that the milk's coming. It's time to put your hat and coat on. So baby will know what's happening, because those of you who have babies now, you'll know that baby often might be upset when you put their hat and coat on because they weren't expecting it. Or when they're going to have their change, they might start crying because they weren't expecting you to suddenly take off their trousers and get cold. And, so it can really help reduce your baby's frustration, and it helps reduce the crying. There have been studies on baby signing in the nursery place that say that where baby signing is used, there's reduced stressed crying in the workplace. And I know from my own personal experience that I found baby signing to be a really bonding experience with both of my children. I felt that I was having deep and meaningful communication from a very young age. And I really, really enjoyed it. And that's why it was something that I wanted to share. And that's why it was something that I decided to go into when I found that there weren't any classes in the local area. So that's it. Do we have any questions? If you've got any questions at any point, just raise your hand and I'm happy to answer your questions. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do my lesson plan 1. So it's the basic signs that we teach first. So the way that you teach baby signing is that you sign as you speak to your baby. If you're trying to teach your baby to speak, it is a good idea to try and speak quite slowly and to reduce your words. And that just helps baby to pick out the words. So that's another tip for teaching baby. And we're going to do our first lesson, which is the basic needs. So are you all ready to join in with the class? You ready? If you haven't got a baby there, don't worry, you can still join in. Yeah. But if you do have your baby, a reminder to please interact with your baby as much as possible. We don't want to be sat with baby looking at the screen. Most of the time, baby's going to be facing you. Lots of interaction, facial expressions, eye contact, and moving baby around. So, who is ready to sing some songs? Give me a clap. Yay! What is our theme? Our theme today is the essentials, getting started. And where is monkey? So feel free to sign along with me. We're going to all say and sign monkey. Monkey, where are you? And monkey's my baby who I'm going to demonstrate with. And here he is. Look, here he is. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Hello, everybody. Let's all have lots of fun. Now it's time for signing, for singing, and for play. Let's all have fun together at Tiny Talk today. Yay! Okay, the first song we're going to sing is Incy Wincy Spider. And you all have a spider in your hand. Let me see your spiders. There's your spider. So you may have seen this song signed like this at other baby groups. We're not going to do it like that because this is the BSL sign for spider. So we're going to do it like that. If you could have your babies facing you for this one, I like to do my spider up my baby when I sing this song. It's with spider, but be careful. Try and sign spider like this. My first child, when he started signing spider, he did it across his tummy because I always did it on his tummy, but that's actually how you do it. Okay, Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the water spout. So that's sign for water. Down came the rain, rain's diagonal, and washed the spider out. Out came the sunshine, dried up all the rain. Incy Wincy Spider went up the spout again. Are you all ready? Yeah? I'm watching you. Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sunshine and dried up all the rain. So Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the spout again. Yay! All right. I see two of you have got babies there. For this song, we're going to do some... Oh, Nikki, no, you haven't got a baby. And the other one, baby's gone, hasn't it? So we're going to do... this song is... The baby goes to sleep or lies down, and then we jump the baby up when the scarecrow jumps up. Now, the bigger the baby, the bigger the movement. If you've only got a little baby, Ella, you would do it more gently, yeah? And Jane, your baby's a bit bigger. Was your baby 5 months? No, that's the other one. How old's your baby, Jane? In fingers? 5. Okay, so a bigger baby can jump a bit more, yeah? All right. It is Dingle, Dangle, Scarecrow. And there's my scarecrow. And for this song, the cows are sleeping. The cows are sleeping. And the sun has gone to bed. Up jumped the scarecrow. This is what he said. And then we're going to shake your baby's hands and shake your baby's feet for this song. Okay, you ready? When all the cows were sleeping and the sun had gone to bed, up jumped the scarecrow and this is what he said. I'm a dingle-dangle scarecrow with a flippy-floppy hat. I can shake my hands like this. I can shake my feet like that. Yay! So that movement where you're shaking your baby's feet helps to relieve wind and helps with colic. So that's a nice little movement you can do with your baby, especially with the little ones. All right, we're going to have a little look at the course signs for this week. So the signs that we're learning today are the ones that I recommend you teach first. So the first one, and this is the most common baby's first sign, the most basic need. Can you guess what it is? Milk, milk, milk. So you open and close your hand like you are milking the cow, because that is the sign for cow's milk as well. So just make sure your hand's vertical, and yeah, that's it. Because sideways is something else. Yeah, so vertical, milk, milk, milk. If you do combination feed and you want to differentiate, you can have milk and breast milk, but I've never known anybody actually use that one, but feel free to use that if you want. We have drink. So that's called the C hand, and you hold it near your face and then you go as if you're drinking. drink. So a lot of BSL signs are very intuitive, so you would probably guess that one. Drink, drink. The next one is food or eat. So you take your whole hand, fingers and thumb together, and then you put it to the side of your mouth. Food is once, eat is twice. Eat, food, eat, food. Next one, this is Oliver. And what does he want? He wants more, more. So you slightly bend your non-dominant hand. That is the hand you don't write with. So for most people, that's your left hand. Then with your dominant hand, you tap twice. More, more, more. He can't have any more because it's all gone. Thumbs together, fingers together, so it looks like a triangle when you're looking down, like that, yeah, and then pull apart. All gone, all gone, all gone. And then the last one for today is what? So for questions, you have your eyebrows up, you change your tone of voice like you really want to know. What? 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 Okay. So top tip for today, use lots of signs regularly, sign as you speak, but try to teach one or two at a time. So by teach, we mean really focus on these signs. So for example, if you're teaching milk, do it at the time of giving the milk. Yeah, say milk 10 times. Every time you give the milk, say milk, 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 milk. Once baby recognizes a sign for milk, which if your baby is more than 5 or 6 months old, they will recognize that within a few days. Move to teaching the next one, drink song. The reason being, both my boys have had years of pleasure with this song. All the little ducks go upside down. So the bigger the duck, the more upside down they go. So I'm going to put my little duck upside down because he's quite big. Ella, you might prefer to put Flo. I did get it the right way around, didn't I? I think so, yeah. You might prefer to put Flo upside down like that, a bit gentler because she's a bit smaller. And we're going to go upside down and then we're going to kick our feet as we dabble at the bottom of the pond. So this one's easier sat on a chair, yeah. Jane, yeah, you got it. You're on the chair, good. All right, all the little ducks go upside down, upside down, upside down. All the little ducks go upside down as they dabble at the bottom of the pond. Now it's feet. All the little feet go paddle, 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 paddle. All the little feet go paddle, paddle, paddle as they dabble at the bottom of the pond. Now it's tails. All the little tails go swish, 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 swish. All the little tails go swish, swish, swish as they dabble at the bottom of the pond. Now it's wings. All the little wings go flap, 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 flap. All the little wings go flap, flap, flap as they dabble at the bottom of the pond. Now it's beaks. All the little beaks go quack, 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 quack. All the little beaks go quack, quack, quack as they dabble at the bottom of the pond. And one more time, we're going to go upside down again. Give you a moment, Ella, to get in position. All the little ducks go upside down, wee, upside down, wee, upside down. All the little ducks go upside down as they dabble at the bottom of the pond. Oh, is she okay? Oh, you could get a bit much for the little ones. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. All right, we're going to do, to finish, we're going to do if you're happy and you know it, and then I will answer some questions as well for you. All right, so if you'd like to make your baby clap their hands for this one and stamp their feet, and that's nice. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, make a noise, woo, woo. If you're happy and you know it, make a noise, woo, woo. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, make a noise, woo, woo. Yay. Okay, so that's the end of the session. So what you've just attended was my regular baby signing class, which is for all babies up to age 2. But for Tanya and Nikki, I have actually recently started a newborns course, which is similar to this, but it's a lot slower, a lot quieter and gentler, and there's a lot more chat. So the parents chat a lot more during the class. It's more like kind of extension of an NCT, or similar to probably what Nisa does, where you're chatting and talking about your experiences. And we're focusing on your baby's senses. It's more like a 4th trimester thing, where we're looking at the baby's sense of smell, sense of touch, sense of hearing, sense of sight. And it's about communicating with your baby through all of their senses, and also about the signs that we focus on. We focus on less signs, and they're more specific to newborns. So obviously the food and the more, they're not really newborn signs. So the ones that we do in the newborn course is more focused on newborns. So if you're interested in that, I will send Nisa the links for the January course, and the ones with the babies. I'm currently running babies. They're online for the next 4 weeks, and then I have been in person since September, and it's been brilliant. Everybody's loved it. So if you are interested, I'm booking for January, and hopefully we'll be in person in January. So I'll send Nisa all the links anyway, so hopefully you've enjoyed it. Just a couple more things about baby signing. So for example, the sign that we did for drink today, my youngest, he could sign drink from about 7 months old, and he literally signed drink 10 times every meal, and because he was thirsty. And if he hadn't been able to tell me he wanted a drink, I think he just would have got upset. He just would have cried, and I wouldn't have known what was wrong with him, because I never would have thought to give him that much drink during his meal. So just baby signing just really gives your baby a voice, lets them tell you what they want, what they need. But also the main joy of baby signing is seeing what they understand about the world around them. So when they start naming the animals, when they start naming the vehicles, looking at the planes in the sky and the buses, you just get a lot of joy from that. And it's basically giving you a good 6 months head start with your baby's language. But also, once baby starts making their first sounds, you can really expand their vocabulary. So for example, one of their first sounds might be buh, and they might be going buh, buh, buh. You can reduce their stress and frustration by saying to them, is it ball? Is it book? Is it baby? And then your baby can tell you which one of those it is. And that can really reduce their stress and frustration. Do any of you have any more questions about baby signing? Anything I haven't covered? Anything? Yeah.
What's daddy?
Daddy. So we did mummy, didn't we? That's 3 fingers on the head. And daddy is 2 fingers on 2 fingers, tap. And that is the finger spelling for F, for father. Daddy. Yeah, daddy.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Any more? Any more questions?
Yeah, I think you slightly answered it, Rose, but with the introducing, you said just maybe 1 or 2, focus on them until they kind of get them. How do you know that they understand? Or
well, you know your baby, Nisa, and you will know when they understand. But for example, when I started signing with my oldest, he was 7 months old. Drink was one of the first signs I focused on. And within 2 days, he was looking at the drink and holding his hand out for the drink. So I knew that he understood. With my youngest, I started from birth. And one of the signs I focused on, in fact, I was going to tell you, Tanya and Nikki, the 2 signs you really want to focus on from birth are change, because you do a lot of nappy changes. I'm right in the sunlight there. Change and milk. So I focused on those 2, and I knew he recognised sign for change because he literally lay back and stuck his legs in the air. So I knew that he understood that sign. With milk, your baby will be looking at your boob and stop crying. So yeah, I have had lots of stories about babies recognising signs, but you will know. You definitely know.
I had a good one. It's not a question, Rose, but my cousin, I can't remember how old her little girl was, but we were all astounded when we were there and they had the fire on, and she was telling her with her, whatever sign it was, that it was hot, and she was like, oh, she's just telling me that the fire is hot. And I was like, what? Like, she can barely walk, like. And she was like doing the sign for like hot, and we were all just like, oh my God, that's crazy. Like,
yeah, both of my boys could sign before they could walk. So yeah, it's amazing. It does, and it brings you so much pride. You get these wow moments. The first time my oldest saw a rainbow, he was able to identify it as a rainbow, and I just burst into tears. I just, oh my name is a rainbow. Another one with the bubbles. I was in the kitchen. And my oldest was signing bubbles. Why is he signing bubbles? Does he want bubbles? We haven't got any bubbles. What does he want bubbles? He was looking inside the pan of boiling water at the bubbles. Yeah, I know. You just get all these wow moments, which, you know, yes, you do get later on when they start talking, but you can get them so much sooner with the signing. And yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely.
Rose.
Yeah.
So what's because I know you did the change, but is there one for poo poo and wee wee? Because we're always doing that with her.
There is, yeah. So I would suggest with a small baby, you would just say change, because if you just bombard them with too many words and signs, it's confusing.
Yeah.
But with an older baby, yours is older, you want to say poo. The sign for poo is quite graphic. Are you ready? It's quite graphic. Poo. Poo. Yeah. And then we, I'm going to have to get up so you can see it. We.
They do get graphic, don't they?
Yeah, well, the sign for birth is that. So some of them are a bit graphic.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It makes them more memorable, Rose. It's great.
It does, yeah. I mean, the thing about baby signing, or sign language as a language, is it's really easy to learn. Even with your baby brain, you should be able to learn it. And I know, because I have learned French and Spanish, and it's much, much easier than learning another foreign language. For a start, you can already do it. So most of the signs, practically all of them, most people do. Some people have trouble with butterfly and turtle, but all of the other signs are easy. You can already do it. Whereas with a foreign language, you have to train your tongue to make some of the different sounds. So for example, the Spanish R, I literally had to practice that like for days and days and days to you know, when I was trying to learn Spanish, to try and to get the rolling R, because I couldn't do it. But you won't have to practice any of these. You'll be able to do them straight away. Another reason it's easy to remember is because you're seeing it. So you're hearing it and seeing it. So it gives, some people learn visually. So if you learn visually, then that makes it easier. And another reason it's easy to remember is because a lot of them are what you would expect them to be. So drink, food, even with milk, you're milking the cow. So you could remember that association. So yeah, it's a lot easier to remember than learning another language.
Would the signs work for instance, like in Spanish? Are they the same signs?
No, they're not the same, So obviously, if you're baby signing, you would use the BSL signs, the British Sign Language signs, and you would say it in Spanish, leche, yeah? You would say leche. Is your other half English speaking?
Yeah, like he speaks Spanish as I speak Spanish, and he speaks Spanish, but he's English.
So he would talk to the baby in English. So he would say milk, you would say leche, and baby signing is really good for bilingual children because they have double the information to process anyway. So obviously, you know, they can be a little bit slower to then speak sometimes. So it's definitely anything you can do to kind of help that process. Baby signing definitely ties in the two different languages.
Yeah, well, that's a really good idea. Yeah.
But if you go to Spain and you meet a deaf person, they won't use the same signs.
Oh, shame.
Yeah. So you can only do it with British deaf people. Yeah. Any more questions? Any more questions? No, covered everything.
Brilliant, Rose. That was so fun. I love that there's so much singing as well.
Yeah. Well, babies love singing, don't they? And the classes. So the baby classes, obviously, we're trying to entertain the babies. You're learning as you're entertaining your babies. With the newborn classes, the babies are involved, but obviously we expect them to be more likely to be sleeping or feeding. So it's more, there's a lot more chat between the parents, but we do still do songs. But yeah, babies love to hear their parents singing. So it's nice that we do a lot of singing. Yeah. Lovely.
Oh, thanks so much for your time.
You're welcome. Lovely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please say thank you.
Thank you, and please, same sign.
Okay. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thanks, everyone. Lovely to see you all. And I'll send these to the links if you're interested. And please do share